I have some major breaking news, and that's that Donald Trump said something that was exactly right. Of course, the tragedy is he's too stupid to know which thing it was. In his latest crash out where he declared there was a Trump rule, which the play on words is not lost on me, he complained that good news like GDP and jobs growth often has a neutral or even negative impact on the stock market, eventually concluding that this meant we could never have a great market again, because in his mind, all of the great things he's doing for the economy will only make investors more nervous about rising rates due to rapid growth. Now, the observation he made that the stock market is disconnected from the economy is absolutely true, but because of the limited capabilities of his Kentucky Fried synapses, he's incapable of understanding why, so he's looking to all the wrong solutions, as he demands from anyone interested in replacing Jerome Powell as the Fed chair a commitment to lower rates regardless of the impact to inflation. If we had a smarter president instead of that oily American cheese dumpling, he would know that the stock market isn't just disconnected from the economy. When it comes to the working class, if this were a seesaw, American workers would be sitting on one end and the stock market on the other. When pay goes up, when benefits get better, and when the job market gets tighter, all of these things cost corporations money. And stock prices are not based on whether a company is good for its employees or even for its customers, the economy, the nation, or the environment. They're based on how profitable that company is expected to be in the future. Profit usually comes at the expense of all of those things. This is why the stock market drops when we have a good jobs report. Investors know that full employment creates a workers' market, and this puts upward pressure on compensation. And since the largest publicly traded corporations employ tens of millions of Americans, the best things that help the most of us the most cost those at the top of the stock market the most. This is the single most fundamental challenge with how the wealthy have configured our economy, while seducing politicians in their insatiable pursuit of the impossibility of endless exponential growth. Fortunately, the solution is right in front of us, and it is in the hands of voters. First, stop looking at the stock market as an indicator of economic health. Then, stop electing people who ask us to serve the top, and replace them with people who understand that if this country is going to thrive, the top must serve us. I realize I'm asked this question all of the time and I've never once answered it. It makes me feel like a self-obsessed monster. But if I answer it now, maybe I can avoid being forever unredeemable. On what better day than Christmas? The question is, Rich, where do you go when you need a fix? When you're craving content that gives you something that the news doesn't? When I need to calm down and find my way back to sanity? Amanda's Mild Takes, Hannah Connolly, and Politico Joe. I'll tag them all in the description. When I need a combination of fury and intellectual catharsis, it's Luke, Brian Andrews, Bofadiz, and CFH Unfiltered. When I'm feeling petty and snarky, Suzanne and Lysandra, obviously. When I need to disconnect and have somebody just swear at me while teaching me to cook, Are You Hungry? When I want to feel better with a buddy, Salt Hank. When I need devastating, soul-crushing poetry, Defiance. When I need to laugh at the sheer absurdity of parenting, Ooh Buddy and Cece. When I want to feel so angry I'm speechless and instead ready to fight, Quadzilla. When I need to remember that there are a lot of white guys who look like basic, mediocre men, but deep down they're actually really different, I look at Find Out Podcast. Luke plus Tim Fullerton, Zach Kimball, Chris Goldsmith. And if none of that works, I just go look at Donald Trump's Truth Social. That gives me all the inspiration I'll ever need.